Hey guys, it's Code, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create a climbing system inside of ROBLOX Studio. Just a quick notice before we start. This climbing system is developed by me, and as it is developed by me and will be used in Crowned, the animations are not provided in the script, so you will have to find your own animations or you will have to make your own. As well as that, if you haven't watched the recent devlog already, I would recommend you watch it because this is where I first developed this climbing system. So I'll quickly just show you how it works. Basically, you go up to a wall, you hold space for a certain amount, and then you can only climb a certain bit or climb for a certain time. And then once you've reached the top, you play this little ledge grab animation, and you can also climb on pipes indefinitely. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be showing you how to create today. So I'm in the place that I will leave inside of the Discord, but I will also leave this entirety as a model as well as the script. I will leave the link for that in the description as well as a paste bin for only the script. So as you can see in this area, we have two different scripts inside of Starter Player. This is because one doesn't actually have the animations and the other one does, but they're not actual valid animation IDs. So this one won't work. I'll show you this one because this one has the animation IDs that you need to put in here. Alright, so as you can see, there's a red and green brick, a short and tall brick. The red brick you can climb on because its transparency is currently set to 0. However, if you click on the red brick, its transparency is currently 0.001. This is so I can mass select different objects and parts inside of my game and make them so that you can't climb on them. So then we have the tool brick, which you can't climb fully on because it will take more than 1 second for you to climb on it. As well as that, you can climb on this one, and it will also play the ledge grab animation. So let's get into the script, which if you haven't already, create a script inside of starter character scripts inside of Starter Player. You can do this by pressing the plus and pressing on the local script. I have the script already made here, as I showed you recently. But here's the services area. You'll find this in basically every single input script, and as well as this, except for the head. This head is used for the raycasting later. These are just the animations and the animation tracks. So as you can see, this returns an animation track. So climb is an animation track, grab is an animation track, and so is jump. Next, the only thing you really need to adjust for the actual climbing is the max upwards velocity and the climb duration, as well as a max distance. The max distance is how far away the player can initiate the climb when they're from the part. Then we just have some basic climbing state variables. So first I'll go through the raycasting part, which is arguably the hardest, and the rest is just tweening and adding the velocities. So the function can climb basically declares two vectors, so the humanoid root position, the head position, and another head position, because the head ray origin is actually slightly above the head for ledge detection, and neck ray origin is actually at the neck, or well, near the neck. Then we only need one direction because the player will always be facing these, and all the raycasts will also be going in the same direction. The raycast parameters are also going to be the same because we want all of them to behave the same. Then we actually cast the raycasts using workspace raycast. We have the origins, the direction, and the raycast parameters as the actual parameters for raycast. Then here we return some values which are used here. So inside of run service bind to render step, this basically is just more efficient than run service dot render step. So here, as you can see, we have can climb result, can ledge grab, hit part, hit position, and hit normal equals can climb, and all of them equal can climb. It since they're in like a list order, we can return them as list. If body raycast and head raycast and neck raycast hit an object, then it returns true for can climb result, false for can ledge grab. It returns a body raycast result for hit part, its position for the hit position, and it's normal for the hit normal. Next, if the player is holding down space and you can climb again, which is used when you land, so you can't indefinitely climb, and if the hit part's transparency is equal to 0, and if you're not climbing. This just reduces repetition. This is the transparency I was telling you, and can climb as a result is from the can climb. workspace or raycast. Then if this can ledge grab is true, which is true when there's no head result, and you cannot and not can climb result, so this isn't true, and you is climbing, so you can only vault up when you are climbing, it plays ledge grab. Else if the user stops holding down space, it's jump back. We always update the intermittent velocity here, so I'll show you this first. Basically, if the player is climbing and there is a velocity, then we do time tick and climb start time. So basically this is the amount of time it will take, and then progress is just a percentage. Then we times the upwards velocity by this percentage. So if the percentage was 0.97, it will be 97% of the max upwards velocity. Then we just change the velocity, then we just adjust the climbing animation. Then we have the progress. If progress is bigger than or equal to 1, so if you've used up all of the time, we do stop climbing. So I'll jump all the way to stop climbing because this is the foundation for all the rest of the, well, not the rest, but these two functions. So stop climbing is basically if is climbing, then it sets the is climbing to false, and you can climb again to false. It stops the climb if climb is playing, and destroys vel and sets velocity to nil. It also sets climbing surface to nil. This is quite simple because you're not actually doing anything. All you are actually doing is just removing velocity. Then we have jump back. Jump back is based on this. So you can see if is climbing again. This is all just the same, except this plays the jump animation and also creates a new body velocity. You can adjust the values here. So this is how high the player will jump. So if this was 100, the player will go 100 studs a second, and it will also make him jump back. So humanoid.look vector is basically behind him because we're timing it by -30. Then we wait for 0.1 seconds, and then we destroy the velocity. It's basically the same as ledge grab, as this part is just stop climbing, this part plays the animation, and this part is the body velocity, and all that's again changed is the upwards force and the current force. This is now in front of them because this is a positive number. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, hope this helped, and this tutorial was also suggested by a recent commenter on my devlog, who is anormal_dude1. Thank you for this, because it just gave me another idea to make a video. And as well as that, if you guys would like to join the Discord, I will leave the link in the description. But other than that, have a great day. Thank you for watching.